Since my friend Agnieszka revealed to you that I'm a medical doctor, you can stretch for 30 seconds until I find my speech. Really, you can stretch. Just do it. Ah. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Hmm? I come from Cyprus. It was 36 degrees when I left. And my institution is a research institute, it's an NGO, and we are collaborating in this project for a combined node, awareness node and hotline, with the Ministry of Education now in the new program. We started 2 years ago, so we were one of the last nodes. And I was so amazed that the Polish node, which is, so to say, also a new member state country, was so advanced, one of the best nodes, and I want to thank my colleagues for inviting me, and Germany for supporting all of us. It's not easy to talk about reaching teachers. The title of my talk is How to Reach Teachers with Safety Messages, and when Agnieszka asked me to give a presentation with this title, I had a little bit of difficulty because it assumes that the teachers are very important. And our friend Mr. Gardner said something that was inspiring, that the children felt in some study they did that they still trust teachers. And that's interesting. I would like to do some more research on it. I'm not sure if it's real. So we should test it. But I want to hope that it's true. But the reason we are talking about teachers is because we assume that they are important, and they are the ones who can pass the messages to children. So the actual target is not the teachers, but the children. So it's very important to keep that in mind as a distinction. Now this has an assumption behind it, which I would like to question a little bit before we go into talking about messages. It assumes that the teacher is a kind of bottleneck between the world and the children. And that was true in the last 100 years or so, because if you were a teacher, you had 4 walls, you could keep your students inside those walls, and you were the only source of information. So whatever you tell them, that's whatever they will learn. And they had very little information from outside, from the world and from their parents. So teachers were indeed the most important source for any messages, including safer internet messages. But now the situation has changed, so that the job of teachers is very complicated, and I would like to encourage us all to appreciate that teachers have very difficult tasks to do, because they don't exist alone with the children. For example, now children are within a family, they are within a school, they are within communities, but they are also within the world. So they get stimulation from all over the places, and they are networked with many different communities. And also they grow in a completely different world than that I would say we grew, but I would say I grew, because I'm over 30. So yes, I see the world as approaching its end, because this slide is only a couple of years old, and if you look at it carefully, it's already outdated, because the technologies that you see there, they don't exist anymore. They change so fast. Those who developed this slide, they wanted to show how fast evolution in technology runs. It took millions of years for the human species to jump from one success to another, but now this happens within years. And the children, and we were also children some years ago, and there are other children coming, they are immersed in this new situation. So we are running against evolution in a way. And to talk about messages, the moment we talk, the messages change, the rules change. And we have to keep that also in mind, that things change continuously. For example, now we completely beat vision, audition, and space. We can see things, I mean, with our eyes through a monitor. We can see things that happen hundreds or thousands of miles away. We can hear things that happen in another place. We can access knowledge in other people's brains or computers or whatever instantaneously with the speed of electricity. And this is where the children grow. So it's not easy for us to find the best ways to help them. And they are also very networked, and they also use the latest technologies. Children are the richest part of our population. We buy them the best. I mean, we have old mobiles, they have the highest technology mobile. They are networked, they are in many sites, they know a lot more. So if we want to reach them, we have to go where they are. So this is, in summary, I would like to conclude that focusing only on the teachers is not enough. We need to address the issue of safer internet in a systemic way. It's a big system, and teachers are an important part of it, but they cannot do the job alone. They need the coordination and the support of other stakeholders. So the summary is that, yes, we have to engage educators. I don't say train them, because usually teachers are the most clever part of the population. The most gifted children go and study, become teachers. So they don't need to, they are easy to train. But what is more difficult is to engage them, to get them inspired and give them the support so that they can learn more, they know what to do, and they have incentives to do it. So there are other angles that are very important. The Commission has put a lot of emphasis in the next program, as Mr. Bush also told us, in the engaging of the youth. And this is very important, because it's like we no longer have the teacher-child situation, the teacher-centered approach, but we are in a world in which the children are innovators themselves, they are self-learners, they do a lot by themselves. So we have to adapt to this new situation and throw the ball to them. And that's one of the main messages I want to pass to you today, for those of you who are teachers. It's not up to the teachers alone to pass the messages to the children, but it's better to reverse it and ask them to do it. The parents are, of course, a very important part of this game, and the previous presentation gave you a lot of information about the role of the parents. But I would say that what is missing is the networking between teachers, parents, and children. So this is my second suggestion for teachers or parents or other stakeholders, to promote this collaboration between these three stakeholders, because they are in the game together. The teachers cannot do the job alone, and the children, they are interested also to protect themselves. So we need to empower the children, engage the teachers and the parents, but create opportunities for them to work together. How you will do it, I don't have the best solutions for you. I'm inspiring you to find the solutions. You can find them. Research is very important in this field, because many times we say something, but it is not based on scientific data. So we really need to know exactly what is happening, what the beliefs are, what the state of affairs is, and so on. The media are dominating. They are everywhere. And we cannot leave them out of this discussion. So the teacher can be, the educator can be in the classroom or in the school and try to teach or engage or whatever, train the children in something. But for many more hours, the children are in front of screens. And those screens are now merging, whether it's a television or a computer screen is almost the same by now. So we have to engage also the media. It's not my fault. Can you fix it? What's the problem?
She's trying to get someone. Just explain it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just talking for now. You didn't miss anything important from the slides.
This is also gone.